Oh no, the chiptune stopped. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about the technical difficulties. My stream key stopped working, so that was a very fun thing to troubleshoot. Bye chiptunes. We'll see you later. Okay. Good morning. Hello. Thanks for bearing with us. Sorry about the confusion. YouTube streaming is hard. It's fine. Let me double check that everything is working properly. Hopefully I don't have kind of looks like I have audio desync slightly. Oh, OBS just loves me. I don't know what to say, but welcome in everyone. Welcome. I'm just going to double check quickly that our channel is moving along smoothly. Yes, it seems so. It seems like it is. Yeah, okay, good. It's working. Hello, chat. Hello. Alrighty, live on YouTube. That is right. All right. So, for those of you who don't know or are new to the channel, welcome in. This is Charm CLI. Okay, we talk about all things command line, mostly Charm things because we're slightly biased towards our own awesome libraries. I'm totally kidding. But this is basically our little news segment where you can catch up on everything that is happening at Charm in general. So for example, this month, while we didn't have any releases, we did have some pretty cool projects that got built both by businesses, by the community, and we were featured in a few different little articles. So we love that. And today I'm going to tell you all about it. I know the graphics are incredible. What can I say? I can't take credit for them. Good job, the algorithm, aka Christian. Good job. So, because this is YouTube, I want to keep it snappy. Let's get right into what we want to talk about. So, first thing that I want to talk about is, well, we're going to start with the businesses. And then we're going to move on to the community, and then we'll move on to some of the features that we had on different platforms. So let's start with Ledger. So Ledger is a command line application for plain text accounting. Let me show you a little bit about what they're doing. So this is their GitHub repo. We don't have an example. Unfortunately, there are no GIFs or videos or anything that like demo the product, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. So Ledger is a command line application for plain text accounting, providing commands to view balances, register transactions, importing CSV files, and has a web interface to view reports and track investments. They're using PromptKit, which is built by Eric Geiser, and that is built with Bubble Tea, Bubbles, and Lip Gloss. So that one's pretty cool, something that might be worth checking out if you're interested. And then the next little thing we got here is that Weave GitOps. I was struggling to pronounce this all morning, so bear with me. Weave GitOps. They also built something with our libraries. So let me show you a little demo. Got to move my little head out of there. So basically, it allows you to enable GitOps and run your applications in a cluster with minimal Kubernetes expertise. So you can also check out their GitHub, which I will link in the description after the live. And how they describe it is that Weave GitOps is a simple open source developer platform for people who want cloud native applications without needing Kubernetes expertise. It allows you to easily enable GitOps and run your apps in a cluster. You can use Git to collaborate with team members, making new deployments easy and secure. For Kubernetes, you can run Weave GitOps to manage and automate deployment pipelines for apps and more. Have your own custom platform as a service on cloud or on-premise. And 3, you can coordinate Kubernetes rollouts with VMs, databases, and cloud services. So Weave GitOps is a highly extensible tool to achieve this by placing Kubernetes and GitOps at the core and building a platform around that. So that's how they describe their product. And for this one, they are using our table component from our bubbles repo. And they're also using the text input bubbles. They're using bubble tea and they're using lip gloss. All of that is being used in their Bootstrap Wizard UI. So that's awesome. And I actually just yoinked this example right here from one of their YouTube videos. So they have a YouTube channel as well that I can find and link in the description. All right, now let's move on to some of the community projects. So I'll hide this little guy. Okay. So let's talk about, I think it's LNAV. LNAV. Yes, I can read. I'll pop up the repo just here so we can check it out. Alrighty. So LNAV is a log file navigator, or LNAV for short, which is an advanced log file viewer for the small scale. It's a terminal application that can understand your log files and make it easy for you to find problems with little to no setup. There's an SSH-based playground and tutorial, so it's easier to try things out. So this one isn't actually built with our tools, but we wanted to give it a feature because they gave us a very kind shout out after mentioning that they were inspired by what we were doing at Charm, and based on our little SSH playground that we have with our soft serve, which is get.charm.sh. If you SSH into that, we have like a little playground where you can demo it yourself. And the author for LNAV did the same thing, where basically they were inspired by our work with SoftServe and decided to do a little SSH-based playground of their own and a tutorial so that it's easier to try things out. So this one's built in C++, so you C++ lovers might want to check it out. So that's what's going on over there. And then we've also got Pixel. So let me show you a little demo of what Pixel's doing. So Pixel is a Matrix client for the terminal built with Bubble Tea and Matrix Go. It's built by James the Skin. I probably just mispronounced that. I'm sorry, James. Okay. But basically, he had mentioned that there are still lots of features to develop, so it might be a good spot to contribute if you are looking for a Go project that you want to get involved with. I will also be linking that in the description, probably at the end of the live, because I did not do it beforehand. So that one's really fun, and I think it looks really, really cool. So that's a little demo of what that looks like. And then let's talk about, we got a JQP. All right, so here's a little demo. It's kind of hard to read. I have to make it so itty bitty so that it doesn't just block my whole head. But basically what JQP is that it is a 2E playground for exploring JQ. So let's quickly go over what JQ is. Here. Oops. That I just copied. Sorry, hold on. Malfunction. I apparently can't copy paste today. Okay. So JQ, do I take this out of dark mode? Do I dare? Oh, that's bright. Okay. We go back. Sorry, chat. Hope you got your sunglasses on. Okay. JQ is a lightweight and flexible command line JSON processor. So basically what they've done with JQP is that they've built a little 2E playground that is built with Bubble Tea and some of our other libraries. Let me show you what the repo looks like for this one. And it basically allows you to explore JQ. So go ahead and check that out. Let's see how many issues. There are a few issues if you would like to contribute in the spirit of Hacktoberfest. I'm also trying to make sure that I'm letting you all know if there are repos that might be good for contributions. So there you have it. We got JQP in there as well. And then moving back on over to our little news segment. Okay, let's talk about Git leaks. So Git leaks, I'm going to show you their little, let's go to their repo, check it out. But basically what they've done is they have integrated lip gloss for basically a prettier output for Git leaks. So let's talk about what Git leaks is. So Git leaks is a SAST tool, SAST, for detecting and preventing hard-coded secrets like passwords, API keys, and tokens in Git repos. So Git leaks is an easy-to-use all-in-one solution for detecting secrets, past or present, in your code. And they recently just added lip gloss to their stack for a nicer program output. So that one's another one that might be fun to check out. They've got some issues and might be worth, they are actually partaking in Hacktoberfest. I'll paste that one in the comments, and then I'll also be updating the description after the live. And then let's also talk about GitHub Dash. All right, where's my little GitHub Dash? There we go. So as Dolev tweeted out this month, is that there is a new release for GitHub Dash. If you haven't tried it, I'll show you a little demo of what that looks like, okay? So GitHub Dash basically allows you to have this dashboard for everything that's happening on your GitHub account from the command line. So it's built with Bubble Tea. It looks incredible, and it is a very fun thing to use. It's very aesthetic. It's very convenient, and highly, highly recommend checking it out. We also are going to be having Dolev on very soon here, and they're going to talk about their experience with building it. So we're going to do a little bit of an interview just now. Let me make sure that I hop in the call, and let's switch over to that. Oh, hold the phone. There we go. Okay. Hold the phone. All right, let me make sure. I'm going to hop over to that Google Meet just now. Alrighty. I'm going to have to turn up the volume, so just 1 second here. Can you talk? Oh, wait, I'm muted. Hi, sorry, I was muted for you. Do you mind talking so I can make sure that the volume's okay?
Yeah, I just muted you as well.
Okay, perfect. I think that you're good. Alrighty. And oops, that is the wrong one. There we go. All right, might have to move you over a tiny bit.
It's so big.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Chat, you aren't going to see this, okay? Behind the scenes. Okay, now you're more centered. Still very large. Okay, this is the first time that we're doing this this thing here. Hold on. Wait. Can I change it? Okay, I think I might need you that size. Hold the phone. Yeah, no, I need you that size. Sorry, you're gonna be extra large.
I don't mind.
Okay, cool. So,
hello.
Hello. So you are the builder of GitHub Dash.
I am. Yes.
How is your process with building that? Do you have are you proud of your work? Oh, hold on.
I mean, yeah, I'm a graph now. Yeah, it's basically an interesting story because I started by trying to write it in Dash. And I was very naive. I thought, building TUIs in Bash was going to be easy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be an expert in Bash, and I'm going to learn all the tiny little details. But I gave up pretty soon.
Yeah.
I think I got like this shell FMT which links your code, and at one point it was yelling at me so much that and looping over arrays was so difficult.
Oh, I bet.
And that's why I've actually like posted the blog post about like escape codes, because I dabbled with them a bit and saw that probably it's better to let someone else be the library that I can use to
Yeah.
do that stuff. Um, yeah, so once I started using Bubble Tea, it was pretty easy. I mean, there was a bit of a learning curve with learning the Elm architecture,
Yeah. I found the
but I
same thing.
already knew Go. Yeah. Mhm.
I found the same thing, especially yeah, just from a Go perspective, it feels weird to have that immutability where you're constantly returning new models and yeah,
Yeah.
the whole Elm thing, like I feel like it takes a little bit to wrap your head around, but then once you do, you're like, oh, this is really fast. Like it's really not. It's one of those things of like it feels really difficult, and then it'll just click, and then you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this isn't bad at all. Um,
Mhm.
so I have some questions for you about your process. So I'm big on asking about kind of like the learning experience for different developers that are building some pretty cool projects. So I will first ask you a little bit about why you chose, for example, a TUI over a GUI in this case. Are you just an avid terminal lover, or like what brought you to that decision?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been like a big terminal user. It's only recently that I've kind of had like pain in my hands, so I want to be more keyboard oriented.
Yeah.
I guess it comes when you turn 30. I guess that what happens. So basically, it was like a timing thing. I want to build like a CLI app because it's more keyboard oriented,
Hmm.
and I think I discovered the GitHub extension at that time, like that you can build extensions for the GitHub CLI.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I think I saw all your examples in the README, and it looked super pretty.
Yeah,
And I
they
think,
are very pretty. It's just like out of the box. You're like, oh, this list is very pretty. Like, how did that
yeah,
happen?
I wasn't going to build it if I wasn't able to make it look nice,
Yeah.
because like the terminal applications that I'm used to are all black, white on black text. And I am a front-end developer, like that's my profession.
Yeah.
So I care a lot about if I could have built it in the web, I guess. So it's a good question. I mean,
You just
why
kind of want to try
exactly?
something new.
Yeah,
And
I basically want to try something new, yeah, and learn.
I do find that
Uh,
our branding it tends to appeal to a lot of web developers. I've noticed that we get a lot of people coming in and being like, okay, how do I start? I've got a JavaScript background. I'm a front end developer. Like, I definitely, I mean, it's obviously very appealing when you're looking at something and it's just kind of like pretty out of the box. That's always nice and mostly like very pleasing for people who are coming from like a front end design point of view where it's just
I
like,
don't want to view like readmes without Glow now because it looks so sad.
yeah, right. Yeah, totally. So then that also kind of answers the next question. So like, did you build this project because you wanted to build something with our tools, or was it something that our tools just fit in well with?
I mean, I did know Go, but I didn't like write Go like for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
At my previous company, I did write Go. So I think I saw like another library called Textual, which was also pretty popular, but I'm like a Python hater, I guess. I don't know why. I never like learned the language.
Yeah.
It's very like data science oriented, so I didn't know if it's like the right choice for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Basically, yeah, you said it. Like your site looks really good. I think its design is really good. Um, yeah.
So that also leads me to kind of the next question. So, like, what was your inspiration for this project? Is it just that you wanted something that was faster to access, more keyboard accessible than going into like the GitHub to going to like the GitHub website, or what's the story behind that?
Yeah. I mean, there is a story because I there was a gap in the tools that I needed. When I worked at Facebook, we had like this internal tool for doing like pull request reviews.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically similar in nature. It was a dashboard where you can see like other teams' pull requests and like who asked you for a pull request and all sorts of like details about pull requests. And GitHub's UI for pull requests has like 6, hard coded sections that three of them are basically repeating
Mm-hmm.
and show you the same information. And like at Wix, we have a lot of where I currently work. We have like a lot of repos.
Mm-hmm.
They're using like a micro frontend architecture.
Yeah.
And it was pretty hard to, know who's writing what, get visibility on what people are working on. It was very disconnected
Mm-hmm.
for me. And then I actually started to use another tool called Graphite, which is fairly new. It's from ex-Facebook engineers that basically missed the tool as well, and they built like a web interface for this.
Yeah.
But security was like, no, we're not going to allow you to them to have access to all of our GitHub repos.
Yeah.
And then I said, yeah, I'm gonna just build it myself and see how hard it will be.
That's so fun. I love those kind of
Yeah.
adventures where it's just, you're kind of just like, what if I just build it myself? And then you go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and then like GitHub have like a really good, Go API that I can just use.
Yeah.
It's pretty, like the start was pretty easy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We'll give that feedback to the GitHub team as well, because we're going to be talking to them. We've got a chat with them tomorrow, and then we've also got another collab with them on the 20th. So we'll let them know for sure. Be like, by the way, your API is awesome. Okay, we heard it.
Yeah, I
here
wish
first.
I was going to like the GitHub Universe that's happening soon. I saw that you guys are going, so
We are, yeah. So Jay Z and I are
yeah.
going to be at GitHub Universe with plenty of stickers. We're excited about it. Yeah. All right. So you're going as well?
No, I wish. Yeah,
Maybe not.
that's where I'm from.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I mean, it's pretty far from Israel to
Oh yeah.
San Francisco, so it's going to be a pretty expensive and long flight.
Yeah,
Um,
totally. Especially just to go
but
for
maybe if
a
they
few
do it
days.
in Europe someday, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. That makes sense. So I also have a couple of learning oriented questions for you, because I feel like this is personally, like, as somebody that is quite, like, I'm quite new to my career still, just starting out. And these are my favorite questions to hear the answers to. And I know that other people have said the same thing, but basically, one of the questions I have is, in retrospect, what did you do well when building this project, and where did you struggle?
Yeah, I mean, for my side projects, I like to get fast feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm bashing away at my keyboard, trying to make it work. And I did have to stop and like learn the best practices, and I think I'm still learning them.
Yeah.
So I'm very pedantic in having like a clean code.
Yeah.
And then the thing that was hard for me was, getting to know how to do things right.
Mm-hmm.
And I did get help a lot from the examples. So yeah, basically, I think I still have like remnants of that code, like in the repo.
Yeah.
Uh, so, particularly in like bubble tea, it's like doing nested components, which can be kind of hard, I guess.
Yeah.
And Go best practices, because I'm not like primarily I do TypeScript.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's more like being patient and reading the documentation and reading the examples, and maybe putting the fast feedback loop, like putting it aside for a moment,
Yeah.
and tackling it
Pausing,
when you have like
cleaning
more
up.
information. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. What were your favorite resources that you used for, like, yeah, for getting yourself unstuck there?
I mean, I don't know. I looked at like other programs. I basically read the code of
Hmm.
like your examples and other tools that are written with bubble tea. So I use uh, like GitHub Code Search with it, which is like fairly new.
Yeah.
Similar to SourceGraph, which was always there, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just search for, I don't know how to do stuff, so I'm gonna search for uses of that API. And usually they do something similar to what you want with that API.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm a professional copy paster.
I love that. That's the same strategy that I've been using lately is just, yeah, I use SourceGraph to basically just find any times that this particular like component might be used or like this particular library might be used and then just read the code. I often find that even more reliable than trying to read through the docs in some cases. Like with some projects, it's just like, the code doesn't lie. It's like, so yeah,
Yeah,
I like that
exactly.
strategy. And then do you
Yeah.
have any key takeaways of like what you learned while building this project, like milestones for you as a developer?
What do you mean? Like things I learned about bubble tea?
Just things that you learned in general, like as like things that any skills of yours that you improved that you're like proud of.
Yeah, I think like I'm better at Go now. I know how the terminal works because it challenged me to understand what bubble tea is doing under the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I didn't know the Elm architecture, I guess. Although it's very similar to Redux in the React worlds, but
Mm-hmm.
it's different.
Yeah.
You need to think a bit differently on how you like propagate all the messages and get stuff up the hierarchy tree.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so that was quite a learning experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely takes some trial and error, I feel like,
Hmm.
for sure. And
Yeah.
then, are there any contributions that you're looking for since we are on the theme of Hacktober for it being the 6th of October today? Are there any contributions that you're looking for either for GitHub Dash or any other projects that you want to mention? And I can link as well in the description for anyone who wants to contribute.
Yeah, I guess I wish that you could do code reviews
Mm-hmm.
in maybe a separate tool, I guess, that could be launched by GitHub Dash. Because I hate doing code reviews on GitHub, you
Yeah,
need to drag your mouse over a couple of lines and it hides the code and
I
you
love it.
can't go to definition. And it's very like isolated from your developer environment.
Yeah.
Um, there are tools, I guess, if anyone is interested, there is gh.envim, which is another project that people can contribute to, which tries to tackle this. And I would like to maybe do some kind of similar thing to like GitHub's feed, where you can see like recent releases and news and have
Mm-hmm.
another like GitHub extension around that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like those ideas. And I like that you brought up the NeoVim after mentioning the code review. Like, yeah, that'd be cool if they had like just Vim keybinds while you're
Yeah.
reviewing reviewing PRs and stuff.
Yeah, okay, going for the mouse feels so wrong now.
Right?
I'm
It just
using
becomes
like
like
nearly.
muscle memory. At first, I was like, why would people spend this amount of like time and pain trying to learn NeoVim? Like, because I personally, like, I was using NeoVim for I think like 2 or 3 months, and I barely knew how it worked. So I didn't have autocomplete. I didn't have an LSP. Like, it was just a text editor, and it was so brutal. And I was like, part of me was just like, why do people do this? But
Yeah,
at the
it
same
seemed
time,
so bizarre to like use Vim in 2022. Yeah.
yeah, but then it's like once it becomes muscle memory and like you get to just really tweak it to your own like habits and things you want to be able to do in your editor, it's it's pretty unbeatable. It's like you don't even have to think about what you want to do next. It's like your hands just do it. It's so nice.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's like the big advantage of like TUIs and CLIs in general. You kind of have to do stuff for the keyboard, so it feels like a lot snappier and very intuitive. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So Ricardo in chat was also saying, so Flux and Redux and even React itself are actually based off of the Elm architecture.
Yeah, I think like you can pretty much say commands are like actions and or action creators, and like the random function is the view function.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar, but still, I guess it's not mature enough like React. It has like a big ecosystem of helper, I don't know, libraries that can help you to abstract away the ugly code of like, nesting, like firing messages or propagating state up the tree.
Yeah.
That might be like, maybe there's room for a library to do that in bubble tea,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, totally. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I don't think I have any more questions for you. Thank you so much. It's really
Cool. Thank
insightful
you very
getting your
much.
help, or like getting your feedback and your insights.
Cool.
So
Thank you,
thank you.
God.
Yeah.
Loved being here.
Awesome. Well, thanks again. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so that was great. That was great. Good interview. Thank you, Tom Duck. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, what else do we have here? So we had, we already spoke about Pixel, GitHub Dash, Git leaks, JQP. I guess the last thing to talk about is just some of the features. So things that were happening this month, things that we were featured in. So let's do that. All right. Switch back over. A little browser view. Okay. So our friend Miguel, who created La Terminal, which is basically a terminal where you can, sorry, I'm like blanking. It's a mobile device app. So it's like, I think it's on iOS, maybe Android as well. And you can use it for, it's basically just like a terminal that you can use. So that's really cool. And we're pretty excited about that and wanting to try it out more. So we're pretty excited. But basically, they also featured us in their release for Welcome to La Terminal. And they mentioned Charm in here. There we go. They mentioned it when they were talking about command line interfaces and how we were a source of inspiration for them. So that was a really cool shout out. And this will definitely be linked in the description as well if you would like to read up on that after the stream. And then we were also featured in Building the Future of the Command Line, which is part of the README project by GitHub. Is that by GitHub? Yeah, it is by GitHub. Okay, just checking. I was like, and basically we were featured here where they took some citations from what things that our co-founder Toby had stated about Charm, and overall just talked about, it's a pretty long one, so we won't get fully into it. Pretty much just talked about basically like the future of the command line and what people might be planning on doing with that. And it's very kind of them to have featured us in that as well. So I will link both of these in the description after the stream. And let me also just mention, so tomorrow our co-founder and our COO are both being featured on the GitHub live stream. So I will also link that in the description after the video. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. So I will be probably in their chat, hanging out, checking out what they have to say. And it'll be very, very cool hearing them speak. So Christian is our co-founder, our designer, and functional programming lover. Like there's lots of cool things happening there. And Jay-Z is an overall cool person. No, she's very, very cool. She's super talented. She's got a ton of insights. So it'll be really interesting to just hear both of them chatting with the GitHub team tomorrow. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Charm in the Wild for this month. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you have any feedback or if there's anything that you wish would be included or not included or whatever. We love hearing from you guys. So yeah, don't hesitate to do that. And if you enjoy our content or what we're doing on YouTube, the best way that you can support is to like and subscribe our videos so that YouTube knows to keep pushing us in their algorithm. Okay. Please share your Vim configuration. I do have Vim configuration things on my own on the Bash Bunny YouTube channel, which is my own personal channel. And that's where I post all of my own Vim configuration videos and things like that. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed and I will see you next time. Bye guys. Oh, wrong one. Bye.